Hello, good afternoon. So we will discuss today about cost volume profit analysis. I'll be sharing with you here the PowerPoint. So this is part 2 of our cost volume profit analysis. As a continuation, we have defined a while ago about CVP, cost volume profit analysis, the relationship between the cost, the volume, the revenues, and the effect on the profit. Then we have the formula of how to get the profit, the revenue, total selling price, your selling price per unit. You multiply it with the unit of output produced and sold. Then your variable cost plus your fixed cost is your total cost. So your contribution margin here is the difference between the price and the variable cost. It is what is left over to cover fixed cost and then add to operating profit. Then your contribution margin is the difference between your price per unit and your variable cost per unit. So we will use these examples. You develop income statement. We have here the sales, 12,000 prints at 0.60, total of 7,200. Variable cost of goods sold, 12,000 units times 0.30, total of 3,600. Variable selling cost, 12,000 times 0.06, total of 720. So the sum of variable cost of goods sold and the selling cost is 4,320. Therefore, your contribution margin, your total sales less the variable cost of goods sold and variable selling cost is 2,880. Contribution margin, you deduct your fixed cost of 1,500. Therefore, you have an operating profit or margin of 1,380. So how to compute the contribution margin? So we have 2,880 divided by 12,000 units or the prints. So per unit or per print, we have 0.24. How about the break-even volume in units? So the break-even point is the point where there is no profit, there is no loss. As to per unit, you have the total fixed cost. You divide it by the unit contribution margin. So as what we have computed, the unit contribution margin is 0.24. So 1,500, the total fixed cost, based on the given problem, the fixed cost is 1,500 divided by 0.24. So in units, you operate without profit or loss. You are operating at break-even point when you can have a cost of goods sold or you generate a sales equivalent to 6,250 prints. How about to compute in terms of dollars or in terms of peso value as to break-even volume? So contribution margin percentage or the ratio is the contribution margin as a percentage of sales revenue. So contribution margin percentage, you have here 0.24 divided by 0.60. 0.24 is your unit contribution margin divided by your selling price of 0.60. So you have 40% or 0.40 is the contribution margin ratio or percentage. To compute the break-even in sales as to dollars, total fixed cost of 1,500 divided by 0.40 or the 40%. So you need to generate sales, total sales of $3,750. How about if there is target volume? Assume that management wants to have a profit of 1,800. So that is the target margin. How many prints must be sold? What is the target dollar as to sales? So target volume in units, you have your fixed cost is 1,500 plus the target margin or profit of 1,800 divided by the unit contribution margin or the CMU, contribution margin per unit of 0.24, which is equal to 13,750 units or prints. How about the target volume in sales in dollars? 1,500 total fixed cost plus the target profit of 1,800 divided by the contribution margin percentage or the ratio of 0.40. So we have to generate sales in terms of dollars of $8,250. So summary, as to break-even units, our formula will be fixed cost divided by unit contribution margin. For sales volume as to dollars, fixed cost divided by contribution margin ratio or contribution margin percentage. How about if there is target volume or target sales, target income, target margin? So target volume units is equal to fixed cost plus the target profit or margin divided by the unit contribution margin. Then in terms of dollars or total peso value, using our monetary Philippine peso value, target volume is equal to fixed cost plus target profit divided by contribution margin ratio. So using of CVP to analyze the effects of different cost structures, we have the so-called operating leverage. So operating leverage is equal to contribution margin over operating profit. The higher the organization's operating leverage, the higher the break-even point. So another comparison here for the cost structures. We have here Luli. Okay, we will continue the comparison of cost structure. Luleaf Company of 1 million units. The sales is 1 million, equivalent to percentage of 100%.